Aloha, Shamans, and thank you for joining us here in this corner of the galaxy, our little corner of the galaxy, here in this dimensional space called EarthStar Spiritual Center in Greensboro, North Carolina, United States of America. And today is Thursday, so a special time to have a video, May 23rd, 2024. We're here tonight with NICOLE Dillon Ackley. Thank you, NICOLE, for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me, y'all. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome everybody. Thanks for being here. And then we got a great show with NICOLE, my baby girl. She and husband Brandon used to be our helpers here at EarthStar for many, many years. And then they moved away and we were very sad. But we've got her back tonight on YouTube. So here we go.
Here we go. Yes. So our topic tonight will be messages from the Mermaids, the Oracle deck. And NICOLE is an intuitive. She is a minister. She is a shaman. She loves writing. She loves meditating. You do many, many things, NICOLE. Also, that intuitive thing, though, that is so true for you because you're a Pisces by nature, right?
Yeah. So, and honestly, I think I've always had that connection. Since I remember being probably 5 or 6 years old and realizing something's weird. Like I just kind of know things that I shouldn't know. And I know who's calling on my mom always said, you always know who's calling on the telephone. And apparently I would sit there and wait on the phone to ring so I could tell him who was calling on the telephone. So, you can't turn it off. It's just innate. You just have to roll with it.
That's great. All right, so tonight then we are here. It's May 23rd, 2024. Messages from the Mermaids Oracle deck. We're here with NICOLE Dillon Ackley. And we are EarthStar Spiritual Center. We are a multi-faith church for living Aloha. And I've been doing this since 2002. And our core beliefs are on the left there with Aloha, all loving God, love, oneness, heart path, as above and so below. These are some of the meditation videos we have on our YouTube channel. So please go on there and subscribe and share that channel with others. And then these are some of the books we've written. So they're available in the show notes and on Amazon about shamanism. And one's a novel there, that first one. These are a couple of the classes we have going on right now. We have a Qigong instructor certification class, but you're more than welcome to just take that class if you want to learn it without doing the teacher part. And also we have our big Merkaba class coming up in July. So I hope you're able to join us there. The info for that registration will be in the show notes and also on Facebook and our website. And Making Things Pretty, that's Jeanne's Beauty Ministry, wreaths, bows, and florals. So check out the Facebook site with that. And remember SHAT, that's a constant motto we want to stress, and that is smiles, hugs, acts of kindness, compliments, and kisses, because all of us are shamans of Aloha. So try to do these at least once a day, even better if you do it twice a day. And remember, you are divine. You're awesome. You're beautiful and perfect. This is your default state. So please remember that. Everything you do, that you came here already being divine. You came here to Earth already being awesome, beautiful, and perfect. So make sure you realize that. Listen to your intuition, and NICOLE's going to school us on some intuition tonight. Okay. All right, NICOLE, well, let's just jump right back into it. And I know you mentioned that intuition is a very big part of your life, but so for you, as a Pisces, always having intuition even from birth. So it's not like this is a gift you had to develop. You came in almost like a habit, right? So a lot of people don't realize that they have intuition too, because they don't realize it just like being a habit. They don't realize that. So how would you define intuition for you? And what do you think some things people can do to help realize they have that gift also?
I think for me, it's always been an inner knowing. And it truly is, I think, about trusting that inner knowing, that inner voice within. I think we all get, gut instincts, or some of us may channel information. And it's like, where did that come from? That's your intuition speaking to you. And I think whenever something really deeply resonates with you, that knowing, that's intuition. And so if you the more you trust it, I think the more it continues to show up for you. I'd also think that people can choose to turn it off. Maybe they're a little afraid of it, or, am I making this up kind of thing. No, you're not making it up. It's there for a reason. You have that connection for a reason. So tune into it, and trust yourself. I think that's a really big part of it that people really struggle with, is that, okay, is this real? Can I trust this? And I will tell you, yes, you can. If something seems off, even, trust that. If you have a burning passion for something, trust that. If something comes to you and like it's going to be a success, or it's going to be a hit, or it's a calling, trust that, like roll with it, And the more you do that, I think the more you'll see that connection just becomes stronger and stronger and stronger.
Yes, it does. Yes, because I think a lot of people think that intuition is their imagination, and they don't want to trust it because they don't think it's real, because we've been taught our imagination is not real, like you said, but you got to trust it, right? Yeah.
That's right.
Well, so you've got some cards tonight for us that you want to work with. So break out that exciting deck and see what we can do with those.
So this deck is messages from the mermaids, which obviously I'm really drawn to this particular deck because of it, being ocean centered. It's also a really emotional centered deck, which obviously I'm kind of governed by my emotions. And I think that's why this one particularly resonates with me. It's also a really positive deck. And I think it's one that's really easy for people to read if they feel called to that. I think the misinformation about it is that it's a mythical thing. But I think if we allow our minds to open, then we do realize that those who govern the sea are very real. Yeah. So I think that, that's an important factor in this, especially when you're working with the mystical realms of things. A lot of times people are like, oh, that's not really real. Well, it's real. You have to open your mind. You have to allow yourself to be open. Because nothing's going to come in if you don't believe, right? You have to believe in things. So that's one of the reasons that I love this deck, because it is really personal. And I think, what resonates with you as you hear what, whoever's presenting this says, or whether it's you're working with the guidebook and you're reading it yourself, you really have to trust that intuition and know that what's meant to come is coming. So, that's why I'm drawn to this. I think that
Stacy's joining us. So,
all right.
Thank you for being here.
Right. Hey, Amanda.
I've got another one. Heidi. Aloha, Heidi.
Hey,
Aloha,
Heidi.
Thank you for being here. Good. Well, Nicole, can you hold that deck up so people can just see like the cover of it? So,
can you see that?
Yeah,
it's such a beautiful deck. It's the illustrations are incredible. And the cool story about the lady, Karen Kay, who works with this deck, she specializes, probably most people know her because of her work with fairies. But she actually comes from a lineage of people who've worked with mermaids throughout history. So this deck was really called to her. She wrote it when she moved to the coast. It came in at that point, and she realized that, the mermaids wanted a voice. So I'm excited to kind of, be part of that and help put that out there. I definitely think if you, obviously resonate with water, it's something that, you'll really resonate with. It's very fluid. And like I said, it's very emotional. So whatever comes up for you during it, I think, just pay attention to that.
Okay, that's great. And where can folks get that oracle deck?
So it's a Hay House deck. You can get it if you're local. You can probably get it at one of your local shops and shop local. But if you want it, you can buy directly from Hay House. You can probably buy it from her website. Mine came from Hay House. Amazon, if you want to go the big box, big giant route. But I would say shop local if you can. Tavane probably carries it at EBN for the Greensboro people. But yeah, when you're working with oracles, I just want to touch on that for a minute, because I think working with oracles can be a really personal thing, even when you're working with a reader, so you may be drawn to certain things, and just, like, that's right for you. There's no right or wrong. And that's the other thing I love about this deck too, is there's no right or wrong way to read this. Like, it truly is very personal and very much what did this what is coming up for me, and just kind of trusting that, and letting your own intuition and your own emotions kind of guide the meaning of what you're hearing.
Great. So we got some folks joining us on the chat. So if you'd like for Nicole to do a few cards for you, or a spread, or however she wants to do that, that'd be fine. Just chat in and let her know you like that. Otherwise, Nicole, you just want to do a general card, pull a card,
Yes.
do a spread?
So we can start that way. If anybody has any questions, though, or you just want me to pull a card for you and see who shows up, I would love to do that. As I was kind of working on this, I pulled a card. I always like to tap in and allow, usually I'll pull one card and allow whatever comes to come up, because I know I'm going to be working with the mermaids. So I just said, who wants to show up for me today, and how can I best work with the group? And so, interestingly enough, I got Be Spontaneous, which I think this is so perfect for right now, and with the full moon, because full moon in Sagittarius, right? It's all about adventure. It's all about getting out of your routine. It's all about getting, allowing yourself to experience something new. Be spontaneous, change up your routine a little bit. Make one little teeny bitty change in a day, and see how that kind of allows the mystery and the magic to kind of weave its way into your day and into your journey, into your week. So when I pulled that one, I was just like, oh, this is perfect, because I felt like, okay, I'm aligned. They're here with me. We're in sync.
That's it.
So,
yeah. Sagittarius moon. Yeah. Now Heidi says she's up for a card or cards. Heidi, just want a general thing, or do you have something specific you want to ask? Just kind of type that in. Very good. All right, go ahead, Nicole. Just start with a general thing.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what comes up for Heidi. Ooh, Heidi, we have blessings. I think that's an amazing card, right?
Yes.
I love this, because I think that not only when we're thinking about blessings and we're thinking about the things that we feel blessed by, it's also important to see the things that maybe we don't necessarily see as a blessing, but that there is always a blessing in that thing, at least one blessing, right? And no matter what we're doing. So I think that it's important with this card to look around you, see all of the good things, all the blessings that you have, but also all of the good things that are hidden. And just, I think once you multiply it multiplies itself, right? Gratitude multiplies everything in your life. So working with your blessings, I think, is an incredible way to create more blessings. So sounds like Heidi has some blessings coming her way, which I think, good for you, Heidi. That's amazing.
That is. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you for opening up your energy field for that.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Let's see. Nobody else right now. So what do you think, Nicole? What would be a good reading for people during this time of, we have a lot of things going on in America. Wait a minute. Heidi wrote back. Let's see. I feel this in my heart. Yes,
I love that. So it resonated, that an emotion in you. And I love that. I love that that's in sync. And I would be curious to see how many things come in Heidi's path in the next couple of weeks that are just like, little miraculous blessings just popping all in her world. So I think that's really
great. And we're going to be blessed tomorrow night, because Heidi's going to be here with us on the show, and she's going to speak about shamanic life coaching in reference to the medicine wheel. So that'll be great.
Oh, that'll be incredible. And that's the other side of blessings. Being a blessing to others. And that right there is exactly what Heidi's doing with your your chat tomorrow is she's being a blessing to others. So that's the other part of it. Another thing I love about this deck is there's usually multiple meanings to the cards, as most often. But with this one in particular, it usually is like the shadow and, what's seen and what's not seen. And I think a lot of times when we think about blessings, we don't remember what a blessing we are to other people. So I can see that with Heidi too, that, she's putting her love out there. She's putting blessings out there for others, which will also manifest more blessings. So that's incredible, Heidi.
Yes, and that's a great intuitive take on that, because, when we think about blessings, we think about blessings that are coming to us, and we hardly take the time to think about the blessings that we're going to be able to give to others. So, yeah, that's wonderful for bringing that full circle there.
That's it. That's it. And I do think that it's important to see both sides of that, right?
Yes.
Because it's a give and take. We give and we receive, and that's it. That's one way for us to give and not just receive. So, yeah.
Okay, that reminds me of something, Nicole. We have a lot of friends that we've reconnected with recently, and some of them are very, very ill at this point. So will you pick a card to see what I can do to help these people in addition to what we're doing?
Okay.
There's got to be more.
Yeah, because these are serious conditions. We've got stroke, cancer,
brain cancer.
a couple of cancer, stroke. So, yeah, it's some heavy-duty healing they're doing.
Let's see what we get, Jeannie. Ooh, this is a perfect one, Jeannie. Be the light, girl. Be the light. So this one, kind of like blessings, I think, we don't realize just by being ourselves, just by being there, by being present, how much that impacts other people just by being you. I think we're all lighthouses, right? We all have light to shine to help others see the way. And I think that, reconnecting with these people, especially during this time, of transition or moving through something heavy, being the light is like the most incredible gift that you can offer someone else when they're in these situations. So I think y'all are doing exactly what you're meant to do with this. And two, I think it's the same thing. There's a lot of reflection that comes back to you as well as you see what people are experiencing and what they're dealing with. And two, being such a light worker, and you guys always working your magic and your love, exchanging, expressing your love to people. It's such a gift. And as we go through things like that, really heavy things in life, I think sometimes we feel so alone, like nobody understands, nobody gets us. And when you truly feel like somebody is connecting with you and that they see you, that is just, it will create miracles. So I think you're doing obviously exactly what you're supposed to be doing with spreading the light and the love and showing up and being present.
That's great.
And I can vouch for it that it is an emotional deck. And Amanda, I'm waiting for your question.
We got some from Heidi.
Card, Amanda.
Heidi said, I love this so much. Thank you, Nicole and Mermaids. And also, Heidi's on a roll. Oh my God, Jeannie, that is perfect. You are the light for so many, especially your 6 friends. Yes, indeed.
I just got goosebumps, like chills all over my whole body, because I do think that sometimes we forget what a gift it is to just be present for other people, to hold space the way that you do, and to be a light in their darkest days. Like, some people don't have that. And so I just think it is truly an incredible gift for you to share. And for people, I mean, they're back in your life for a reason, right? Like, they need you. And so I think it's amazing, girl. You just keep on shining like you do.
Yes, being present is so perfect. When we had our solar storms there, last week, a week before, I was outside communing with nature there, and a beautiful bird came up and was singing to me, and I was able to communicate, and the bird was singing the song. And so I was just listening, and then finally it came in. came through all the muddle in English so I could understand it. And it was just be here, just be here, just be here. And so that's what it was tweeting for a good 10 minutes, I guess, to make sure I got it. And so I came in and told Jeanne, I said, well, I just talked to the birds outside, and they said, just be here during all this time. So, yeah. So you're right on, girl. So you're doing
Sometimes
great.
we can be a little thick, right, to receive things, you know, and once we can just like get in our hearts and be in that centered heart space, like it's almost like everything just opens up from there, you know, what you're able to give, what you're able to receive. And, you know, you guys are really good beacons of light anyway. So I think that's the perfect card. But I also think that it helps people remember to that, you know, to come from within. And two, I think your healing energy too. You guys you're healers, and, you know, just by holding space and being present for people, that's healing energy. Whether you're intentional about it or not, it just automatically is. So that's yay.
Wonderful. And
Okay.
I'm going to wait for some other things. So, and also for the folks on replay, if they want to contact you for a personal consultation, I've got all of Nicole's contact info in the show notes. So got her email or phone, and give her a call. You can record it. You can do it on Zoom or live or video call, whatever. Yeah.
And if you want to come to the beach, you can come see me in person. I'm here in Wilmington, so that's also an option. And I do work with a lot of other decks. We were talking about that earlier. I don't want to overshadow my girls here tonight, but you know, if there's something else that resonates with you, I'm happy to talk about the other decks that I work with, and if something resonates, we can work with some other stuff as well.
Okay, good. We got one more question from another a redheaded mermaid.
All right.
No specific question, or we'd be here all night. Of course, we know what that means. Just a card in general. Yeah.
Okay, just some general awareness. What does the mermaids want to say to a fellow mermaid? I got this. Okay.
A redheaded mermaid.
I know, a beautiful redheaded mermaid. All right, let's see what we get. I'm just gonna like dig down a little deeper, okay? Ooh, positivity. I think that one kind of speaks for itself, and I know that it'll probably resonate with Amanda. Kind of like being the light, you know, putting positivity out into the world is reciprocal. Like it's going to come back to you. Showing up for people in a positive way, it's going to come back to you. Continuing to put yourself out there, even when you maybe don't feel like it's so positive. Like, am I really making a difference here? Is this something that's really going to make a difference for people? Yes. Yes is the answer. It is, and it always comes back. So we know what we put out comes back, and continuing to create positive space for people. And obviously Amanda does that a lot with all of her mini works too. You know, she's constantly putting out that positivity, and hopefully she's seeing that she's also getting that back in turn. So keep doing what you're doing, girl. I know she has a lot of ideas about things, and that there's a lot of stuff always stewing for her. And she's coming from a positive place in what she gives to others. And I think that it's just reinforcement. A lot of times that's what the oracle is you already know the answer. It's just giving you some reinforcement from source. So yeah, spread that love, spread that positivity. And continue doing what I know she's got a lot of ideas. Like there's a lot of things that Amanda could manifest if that's what she wants to focus her positivity and her energy on. So yeah, sky's the limit with her.
Excellent. Outstanding. Well, you mentioned that you had some other decks there. So while we're waiting for a question, anything you'd like to share? Like, do you usually do you have a favorite deck, or do you just like use your intuition and just choose one?
So if somebody wants me to choose the deck, then and they're open, you know, obviously if they're going to work with me, they're going to be open to what we can do together. But I'll usually just let spirit guide me. Like we talked about, I actually had another deck in mind to work with. And it was like, nope, this is the one. This is the one we're going to work with. So, and I had to trust that, you know. And then whenever I started to, because usually I'll work with it myself if I'm getting ready to, you know, participate in something, because I want feedback too, right? As I move into it, I want to be prepared. And so that's what happened with this particular deck. But I have a lot that I love. I love the Goddess deck. You know, I've worked with it for a really, really long time. And it was actually a gift from Mishi for my birthday one year. And when we used to do the shaman, the circle of shamans and the things that we would do at EBN, I would always read that particular deck. So that one, if you're drawn to the goddesses and you know, the divine feminine, that one is probably, if I have to say I have a favorite, that's my favorite. Yeah. And then I also lately have been really, a long time ago when I first started this, I was really drawn to the angels. And that's probably what got me into it. And the animal cards that Mike reads. Those were the first two decks that I ever worked with, was angel cards and the medicine cards. So I love those as well. I have a new deck that recently came to me as a gift. I won it at Spirit Jam. And there's 8,000 people at the Spirit Jam, y'all. And when they said my name that I had won this oracle, I wanted this oracle. I hadn't bought it yet. And they said my name and I won it. I about lost it. Brandon wasn't here. I called him and he wasn't answering the phone. I kept calling him because I was so excited. I'm like, oh my God, like this deck wants to work with me. And so that one is one of Colette Baron Reed's decks. It's this one, the Wisdom of the Oracle. This deck is really cool. It came to her like most of these decks do. They come to, you know, they come to the authors and then they just bring them to life. Like they just speak themselves into existence. The Wisdom of the Oracle is really cool because it's kind of a whimsical deck, and it's also a very feminine based deck. But it has, if you're reading it yourself, if you want a particular deck that's really good for kind of everything, that's a really good one because it has 5 meanings essentially for every card. So, you know, you can really get a lot of information out of that particular deck. I also really love the Angels and Ancestors deck. That one kind of mixes some stuff up. And then there's a Shaman Dreamers deck that's out there that Colette Baron Reed worked with somebody else on. And that I don't have that deck, but I'm really drawn to it. Probably will be the next one. That I have 13 decks. I don't know how many more I need, but you know, that one really resonates with me as well. I think you just have to work with what resonates with you. And it may be different. Like, you know, sometimes when I'm doing readings, something will resonate that I haven't worked with in a while. I have a Ask Your Guides deck that, you know, works with your spirit guides. I don't work with that one a whole lot, but sometimes it'll just like, you know, hey, you know, I need you to pay attention over here. So I think it just really is what resonates with the receiver. And then of course, if it's just for me, that's the same thing. What's resonating with me? I work with cards a lot for many different reasons. Whether it be helping other people or it be gaining insight into what I have going on, or if it be what direction do I need to move in. I think I shared the last time that whenever I moved to Wilmington, I did a reading for myself with the animal medicine cards. And I drew the blue heron, and I knew at that point, okay, this is the direction that's right for me, that I need to go in, because I was really second guessing it. Even though I really wanted it, I was leaving behind everything that I knew, you know, everybody that I loved, my family, my spiritual community, my job, everything, for something brand new. And I had no idea, but I just knew that, back to that intuition, I knew, and the oracle confirmed, this is the direction that you need to go. So I think if you need validation, you need reassurance, pick up an oracle deck that resonates with you and just work with it, and you'll see it's going to present itself, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I knew this. Like, yes, this is exactly what I needed.
Yes, that's encouraging. I know. Well, we heard back from Amanda. That got me a little watery-eyed. Thank you.
I love that. Not to get you teary-eyed, but we all know if we are in emotion, it's energy in motion. So I love that.
That's right.
And I think that this deck really is the emotional deck. So.
Oh, that's more. Yeah.
So how about we just pull a card? Let's just get creative here, and let's just see. I don't know how much time we have. Are we about out of time?
We're past the half-hour mark, so I don't want to keep you tied up too much. So yeah, I was going to ask you to pull a card.
One and see kind of what a general card coming up for everybody, the people who's going to be watching this later. Let's see what we get.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
Okay. Ooh, we got awareness.
Yes,
I don't want the whole conversation coming full circle here is that, we really have to pay attention to our intuition, to what is apparent, to what makes sense, to what lights us up that we, feel sure about. And just also kind of on the other side of that is, what are you paying attention to? Like, and what is that providing you? Is it providing you clarity? Is it providing you resistance? Like really tuning in to where we are with things and kind of allowing intuition to tell us, what does this mean for me? If I'm reluctant to something, or if it lights me up, like, what is the awareness? What does this mean? So just pay attention to your intuition, pay attention to, kind of what may be covered up. I think that's a lot of times with awareness, it's like, we got to dig a little deeper into that, right? Like it may not just be right on the surface. We may really have to be still and get quiet and ask ourselves, what does this mean? What is this trying to tell me? So tune into that, tune into yourself, especially as we move forward. We know we're in an accelerated manifesting place right now, right? Like literally, y'all, I thought about this lady that I hadn't talked to in years. And she called me like an hour later. I have not talked to her in forever. And I don't know why she popped to my mind, but then she literally called me an hour later. So, just tap into that. Why are you thinking about things, and what does that really mean for you?
That's wonderful. Okay, wait, we're going through some internet stuff. Yeah, there we go. We're back. Good. That's great. And so, yeah, just basic awareness, because there's lots of stuff going on right now. Mind, body, and spirit awareness also. Yeah, that's wonderful.
That's right. And there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yes. And I've got
in the bigger picture too. Yeah.
And so folks that want to contact Nicole for a personal consult, I've got her contact in the notes, the show notes. Thank you, Nicole, for joining us tonight and sharing that beautiful intuitive wisdom. Thank you so much.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks, ladies, for joining us live.
Thank you, baby girl. It was so much fun. Appreciate everything. And we hope to see everybody tomorrow night with Heidi on, right?
Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock with Heidi, Medicine Wheel, and Shamanic Life Coach. So that'll be great. So,
and Heidi sharing her blessings. That's yay.
That's it. So say hello to that man of yours, and thank you for being here. You have a great night.
Thanks, y'all. Thank you.
Thank y'all, everybody, for joining us. And let me give you a nice little way to go, and let's do a pow, and we'll go ahead and end the show. Ready? 1, 2, 3, pow. Thank you for joining us. We love y'all. So have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day. Bye.